everyone. I know this is super late. I did this a long time ago, but it is very hard to make content when there's so much going on in the world right now. And I hope everyone is staying safe. But this is the last thing. This is the last thing that is on my mind right now. And especially this event. So sometimes I just do events when I have time. Sometimes I record a lot of stuff and I don't have time to edit it. I rather spend my time making Only Champs because that was a lot more fun for me. But I know that people like this content because it helps them decide if they want to spend or not. And I'm just going to tell you point blank, this event is not worth it. Now, I get it. You want a pretty decoration, you want that really cool angel wings on your castle. I do too. I do too. But I will say what is a good deal here is you see that epic general token? We got that for $4.99. All right, $4.99 for that epic general token and all the rest of that crap. I think that's a pretty good deal. The 19.99, you get the fragments, right? You get fragments for the general tokens, so sure. But the 4.99 one is worth it. However, I bought a 99 pack to show you guys how much that angel decoration is really going to cost you. Now, just know that a lot of these prizes on the board are just very dinky prizes. So, truly, if you're going to go all in for it, you need to know up front how much you're going to be spending rather than spending a little bit and like spending a little bit and then spending a little bit more. And then before you know it, you're $1,000 deep in. So that's why I want to prove to you and show you like this is going to be expensive. A lot of people think they're lucky, but I'm telling you, most people aren't. I think if I was playing this as just a free player or only did the 4.99, I think I would be content with what I got from this event. So I don't want to pan it too much because for a lower spender, I think that, hey, you're getting something free every day. For 4.99, you're getting a general token. So I don't want to like pan it so much that, Evony never brings it back again. But in terms of the angel decoration, they should definitely give us another way to win that because it's super ridiculous, right? So there's really no strategy on this except maybe when you choose the dice, I just choose it to land on either the present or the chest. That is pretty much it. You're basically just trying to get these like little metal things to get these prizes. Now, you might think it's worth it to get these medals or Blood of Ares or, it's not that great of prizes on here, but for the people who really want that angel decoration, this is what $99 got me. So if we're going to put our math hats on, that's about 10 packs. You're looking at about $1,000 just for the temporary decoration, which is crazy. So in the note up there, if you get that temporary decoration 3 times, it will turn into a permanent decoration. But the problem is that this event does not come around very often. So what if you get the decoration once, then twice, and then all of a sudden Evony stops offering this event? Now, we know that Evony does tend to put the same types of things in different events, and we know that Evony puts it in different things down the road where it becomes cheaper. So let's hope that that's the case. But just originally, when the Angel Blessing came out, it was on a wheel. Now, I believe on that wheel, it was about 1,400 to 2K to get the permanent one, I believe. I only know this because freaking Duke has it, and we all were just like, why did you get that angel blessing? But the blessing has buffs on it. So let me show you what the buff entails. It's 3 debuffs that apply to all your troops. So the 5% is really 20, 20, and 20, if that matters to you. So you're getting about a 60% of debuffs across the board, but it looks kind of dinky, right? When it just says -5%. So just know that you're getting about 60% debuff stats across the board. Now, I want to show you what this looks like on A little bit better of a castle because the mirror lake, it was kind of hard to see the decoration. And here it is. So this is what it looks like. I do think it's cool. I think that one of the things though is when you wear this, it causes probably lag when you're doing Battlefield. So I don't think I've ever seen Duke wear this one in Battlefields. And it's an own to activate, so you technically don't even have to wear it. So that's also a good thing, is that the decoration is own to activate, not used to activate. And sorry about the red screen. We've had a really active SVS, so reinforcing people. So one more thing I wanted to show you guys is this general token. It has the historic 3 general hall ones where you can possibly get those really elusive, hard to get generals. So if you happen to want to spend, about $100 or a couple $100, maybe you want to get that token. But honestly, isn't it much cheaper to get it during that, general 3 whatever event? So here are some solos actually from Waggy Monster. Pretty good. Dark World is a 3 billion K40. He just turned K40. I'm super impressed with Waggy Monster and LGN. They were in different alliances and they combined. So we had 245s kick us out of their throne. And I think we had maybe 8 people, and they just kept hitting the throne. I mean, it was it was a lot of fun. And there was a lot of like back and forth on the catapults and towers and stuff like that. And the first, like, anytime anybody showed up on the throne turf, Waggy would just solo them. So I got soloed, Big T got soloed. It was pretty fun. And then when they combined, LGN and Waggy Monster combined in one alliance, they just started rallying, people and rallying the throne. So obviously we got reset. I think we got reset a couple of times, but it was a lot of fun. So I would have to say that, sometimes if you're outmatched or if you have a whole rally team against, a couple of people, that 45 is truly so powerful. Having those buffs and that march size, you can do a lot. And I know it's hard for island players or players that don't have a massive team or team depth. You tend to have to, rely on a lot of solo skills. So it was pretty fun playing against this team. And I'm really proud of our team in the sense that we do have a lot of depth of players, but we make sure that we help each other get the Senate points, right? We make sure that people are getting their points. If we're winning, we want to make sure that people can maximize those Senate slots. Now, what I will have to say is the individuals advocate for themselves. That is so important because they don't just rely on the big players to make sure that they get things. They also say, hey, I really want to join. Hey, really want to go into this enemy territory where I can easily get zeroed and killed. And the first thing we say is, hey, do you have the soul? Do you have the source of life? If you have enough to cover you, then yes, come on over. We'll reinforce you. We'll lose out on points. We'll help you make sure that you get your 2 billion or your 700 million, right? And I think that team dynamics are different. So Waggy Bear, he has a lot of free to play players that don't have the soul. So he's like, you know what? I don't want my team to basically get zeroed and lose out on their power. I would rather just use my soul and fight, people barehanded, single handedly, and he wants his team to stay protected. And that is all fair. I think those are both great ways of teams showing how they care for each other without having to be the babysitter. So I want to give props to every single person that got 2 billion points and up. A lot of those players are smaller players, but they advocated for themselves. They asked for reinforcements and they made sure that they had the soul. Okay, sorry for the side quest of SVS, but I was doing this event while all that was going on. So this is actually my first purchase this weekend, which is shocking. We didn't have an app toy code this weekend. I know that a lot of people noticed. Make sure you let people know that you want the 5% codes. You don't want to not have that extra percentage off. So make sure you guys let that known. The influencer codes are super important, and I use that to put back into this video and content. So let me show you one more thing that I did is I wanted to spend money to show you guys what token I got from that General Historic 3 token. So I spent a total of $140 in order to get over 7K points. So I am going to purchase this here. One token, $7,000 for 140 bucks. You let me know in the comments if you think that's worth it, especially after I open this token to see what we get. Now, some people are super lucky, but I think as you guys know from my videos, apparently my luck sucks. So we will show you. We got a tavern general of all things. So did not get one of the special exclusive generals, and that is that. That is the dice game. But again, the $4.99 pack is totally worth it for every level of spender. So I don't want to pan this event too much, but let's try to get that angel decoration for much cheaper on another event.